It's been a week since I posted that video where I was crying, and it's been a week since I asked for help. That day, I was coming back from my weekly business meetings and I was extremely down. I was feeling so miserable and sorry for myself, and I was crying in the car. And the scary thing was, I had really dark thoughts, which can take one wrong second, and thing can turn into a very, very different direction. But I am well aware of that. I was absolutely aware of my thoughts, and they were dark, and I was scared, and I was literally begging myself to be on time at home so I can give, or I can make that call. 28 days I decided to stop drinking, and back then I thought that that will fix my problem. I thought that my mind is going to be clearer, I'll be more focused, and I will figure it out how to fix my life. But in reality, that's not exactly true. I mean, don't get me wrong, not drinking 28 days, it is a massive achievement for me, especially for the last 2 years, even more. But that was not my problem. Drinking was just trying to hide my main problem, or to try to avoid escape, however you want to call it. And stop drinking actually made the things clearer for me so I can face my main problem, which is depression. But in order to fight that depression, I had to look a bit further down and see, or try to find the root of it and the source of it. And not nice to share it, but it is my business. Actually, my depression became such an issue around opening my business. Before that, I did have a little depression because I had my baby and it was difficult. Many women go through this, but as soon as I started getting out of this stage, I actually opened my business. And again, a bit ashamed to admit, but I started this business without any kind of knowledge of how to run a business. I wasn't financially prepared the way I should be. I just had my savings to buy the business. I just had my savings for a couple of months to, like, for a working capital. And the idea initially was to keep my 9 to 5 job until the business started running. For very different reasons, unexpected reasons, I had to quit my job 5 months down the line, which back then I thought, okay, that had to happen because at least now I've got the business. So it's not such a bad thing. And I am a strong believer that everything is happening for a reason. And if there is a door shutting in front of your face, there is another door waiting to be opened. Alongside with the lack of knowledge I had for my business, I had very childish thinking back then. You know, when you scroll Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, it doesn't matter, and you see a nice holiday or a nice resort, blue skies, um, sunny beaches, you think people are buying all of this. And back then I thought I just need to post some offers, and that's all. I'm certified, I've got all the documents, so that's all. I just need to be active in Facebook and just, or social media, and just post something. Well, I didn't think from a customer perspective, because me as customer back then, I didn't book these holidays. And not only I didn't book, I wouldn't book these holidays because I don't know anything about that company. I don't know anything about that agent. And I was running my business with the wrong fuel. If I need to kind of compare it with cars, I was probably driving a petrol car, but filling it up with diesel. Here's what I was doing. Absolutely, totally wrong business model with wrong social media management. And as soon as I realized that, it was a position where I've been working second or third part-time job on top of my business so I can pay my bills, which anyway the money were not enough, so my husband had to step in and support me. And I'm incredibly thankful, but I put my family in such a massive sacrifice because they believed in me, and I failed them. And I failed them because of stupidity of my side, and I feel super bad. So I thought I need to really fix that. And I started educating myself. I started educating myself business level. I started educating myself social media management and social media marketing and all of this. But I was thinking, is it too late? Because we are running out of fuel. I started thinking more about this very, very, very late. since I started my business, and I was worried I'm going to lose it. And I'm still worried I'm going to lose it because I genuinely love what I do. Going back to last Wednesday, I managed to be at home on time. I did the phone call. I did the phone call to 111. We spent around 3 hours talking over the phone. I was going through all my emotions. I was explaining them the situation, and we came up with a plan, talking therapy for now. And if that doesn't work, then probably medication, even though I'm happy for medication even now, as long as I'm sure that in some point I'll be able to withdraw. And just to clarify, this is on top of everything what I do at the moment. I go gymming, I am listening to positive affirmations, I am listening to, I think, delta waves they called when I go to sleep. So that kind of something work on your brain and your nerve system so you can relax. And I'm doing meditation, grounding, breathing exercises. So it's not only rely on someone to help me. I'm trying to help myself as well, because I do believe that everything comes from me. Yes, I might need additional help, but to be able to accept that help, I need to admit to myself I need that help, if that makes sense. Why I'm doing this video, I started this channel as a diary, a personal diary where I can talk, where I can share. It's pretty much something like a talking therapy to myself, if that makes sense. And my idea was exactly this: to record, to post, to rewatch and reflect. And this is what I've been doing the last 1 week. I've been rewatching the videos, and this is where I realized the problem was not only drinking, the problem was much further. And I started working on. But the other thing I realized, I've been rewatching the videos and I look myself as a miserable person, look myself as a crying person, look myself as a victim. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be the victim. I don't want to feel miserable. I just want to be my normal self when I'm smiling, when I'm happy. And I saw that I'm not this. So the reflection works, which is good. But there is another reason I wanted to record that video as well, because I'm rebuilding. I'm trying to rebuild my life by stop drinking, by trying to think positive and everything in between. But I also try to rebuild my business. And my business, it's a massive part of my life. My business drove me to that mental state. My business drove me to that financial state and financial struggle. But my business is something that is giving me such a pleasure doing it. And this is my dream, and I want to keep my dream, and I want to keep feeling and trying to make it work for myself and to make it work for my customers. So my business and rebuilding my business, it's a very big part of my day-to-day life. And I wanted to share this, and I wanted to share part of my business and part of my ongoing learning process, because I'm still learning. Travel is a massive industry and I'm still learning for a couple of reasons. I realized that when I'm talking to friends of mine, the way I'm talking to them and represent travel, it's different the way I'm talking to my customers and represent travel, or the way I'm representing myself in social media. In social media, I want to, up till now, what I was doing is posting offers from time to time, something like a destination or explanation or something like that. But when I'm talking to my friends, I'm talking like educating them what they need to look for, what kind of protection they need to look for, where to look for, some interesting facts in regards traveling or destination or supplier or whatever it is. And I realize they're listening to me, they're engaging with me, but then I can't adapt this to my social media. So this is where I realized I'm doing something wrong. So I started shifting my social media and restructuring my social media in towards teaching and educating first, because I'm a strong believer people buy or work with people they know. So I want to let people get to know me, to trust me, to see the professional part of me before they decide if they want to go and book with me. So I want to share all my journey to rebuild, re-educate, and how I'm building my business in my diary or my video diary, such as now. Therefore, I will be sharing some stuff here as well. And I just wanted to explain that it's not like I'm start turning my channel into a travel channel. I'm just sharing my day-to-day life pretty much, and I'm sharing some interesting and nice things which I learned a couple of days ago, a couple of months ago, a couple of hours ago, and so on and so on. But also I want to share the human being behind a business, because when you see people from outside, you see only the visible part. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're struggling with. When we see people successful and smiling, we tend to expect a little bit more than them. We expect them to guide us. We expect them to support us, to be there for us. And when they can't, because they're going through their own difficulties, own struggles, and when they say no, people tend to get it personally, and that's wrong. And I've experienced this myself. I had many times I've been approached from people to guide them, to support them, to be there for them. And when I hit the point that I'm extremely overwhelmed, that I'm extremely stressed and down, and when I say no, I will not be able, and I'm not giving them, I'm not opening the door, but I'll be able, so on and so forth, they tend to be offended. And that makes me feel bad, because I'm a human being as well. I'm going through my struggles as well. It doesn't matter you think I'm successful, and that's not because I'm pretending I'm successful. It's because I don't share my struggles to everyone. I don't share what I'm going through to everyone, but that doesn't mean I don't fight with my own demons. And this is probably why I want to add this little chapter in my channel diary, vlogging, I don't know how to call it, just to be able to show the human being behind the business, not to justify myself, not to explain myself, not to complain. It's probably to show to myself as well that there is a full story behind every smile. There is another story behind every smile. There is another story behind every business. Because at the end of the day, life is hard, business is hard, rebuild is hard, and we cannot just assume that someone's life is easy peasy lemon squeezy and just assume that they will support us, help us, and guide us. And I've never thought I'm gonna say that. I've got 59 subscribers, and when I started this channel, I was a bit afraid and I was a bit anxious from judgment, hate. And instead of that, I received massive support, extremely kind words, and people decided to subscribe to my channel so they can follow my journey. And I've never thought I'll be able to say thank you. I'm so thankful for the kind words and support I received over the last, I don't know, there's not even 2 months. And I absolutely enjoy it. And it's just nice to see when people are not judging you, and it's nice to see when people actually understand you, how many people went through the same thing, how many people are going through the same thing. So yeah, thank you for being part of this journey, and thank you for the kind words.